We're going to present two scenes from Ahmed, the philosopher. The first one is entitled Politics, and the second is called The Multiple, and we'll be presenting them right now. It's been lots of fun, so please enjoy.
What a nightmare. Keep your eye on your purse, my girl, and keep in mind that the salvation of the Party for the Unification and Rehabilitation of France demands that you plunge your delicate hands into the slime of the suburbs. Could this be the famous Ahmed? The one they call the philosopher? How can you tell? He has a weird mug, this Muslim. It looks like he's made of wood. Oh, he is made of wood. Could this whole place be full of wooden Arabs?
We'll wait for a moment. Thank you. And this, Madame Deputée, this doesn't give you a woody?
Oh, really? For a philosopher, you've got a filthy mouth. Upsteed.
And to what do I owe this special visit on the part of a deputée of the PURF, the PERF? What's so special about it? What a surprise! What an act of benevolence! I'm overwhelmed. I'm ecstatic. I'm floating on a political flying carpet.
Okay, fine. And don't talk so loud about carpets and flying. That's the whole problem, my dear assimilated and Republican Islamic fellow citizen. Carpets and fleecing. Flying. Or, to speak seriously, because I'm a serious woman, a woman who doesn't just throw words around. A woman's woman with a man's head, a head that's all man.
That's a little bit true, unfortunately.
Excuse me. I don't have a stick to wave at you.
But you do have a flying carpet.
More like flying nuns. My dear Ahmed, I'm the president of the National Organization of Women of Action. Let me get right to the point, even if I have to use crooked means. They're accusing me of having laundered the profits from my charitable work for the restoration of the Trappist convent of Sage-les-Cornets by depositing them in my party's coffers, and even in my own coffers. Money laundering. You can just imagine how I'm being hung out to dry with a flying carpet like that, or with all those Trappist traps yapping at my behind. I'm trapped. The woman of action is going to be called on the carpet.
On the flying carpet? Or the lying carpet. But, madame, at this moment, there are two questions buzzing about my brain like hummingbirds in a cage. First, is it true? Second, what does all this stuff about traps and covers have to do with me, Ahmed, the subtil philosophe?
Covers. He said it. He pronounced the magic word. Covers. I need a cover. When facing the doddering old judges and the cannibalistic media, the female politician must be covered from head to toe.
Well, you do have certain female charms. Would you like me to find you an Islamic headscarf, a veil, a chador?
Really now? The Western woman is neither naked nor veiled. What a way to behave.
Well, what kind of cover will cover up what am I covering up? Your Trappist transgressions and your conventual calms.
It's Moustache. Moustache told me, Madame Deputée, go see Ahmed, the philosopher. He's an Arab and less than nothing, but he's king of the housing project. With all the Trappists and the traps and the convents and the covers, he's the only one who can set things straight. He said it reluctantly, but those were his exact words. You're the only one who can set things straight.
Get down on all fours.
On all fours? What are you, crazy?
I'm the one who's going to set things straight, right? I'm the one who's doing the thinking here, right? I'm the one who's going to cover up, right? Well, the idea that will cover you won't come to me unless you're on all fours. If you're standing, I can't see a thing. I'm thin as a rail. I can't cover anything.
For a philosopher, you're bizarre. Very bizarre. Extremely bizarre.
Philosophy transforms human animals into humans, right? Philosophy transforms politicians on all fours into politicians standing, right? On all fours. You ate up the entire Trappist convent. That's what we have to cover up. Later, we'll see if your career can stand up on its own two legs. So get down.
The things you've got to do these days to cover yourself. Lousy judges.
Your politics allowed you to steal left and right. Perfect. You're caught red-handed with your hand in the cookie jar. Excellent. Here's Dr. Ahmed's prescription. Politics can be never covered up. People, even children, always discover cover-ups. You can't even cover the table with a tablecloth without getting discovered. So, change your politics, Madame Pompeston. There isn't one politics, damn it. There are lots of different politics. Yours is boring. All you do is manage some weakness, or the weakest of us all, me, Ahmed included, and I always stand up for myself. You end up with the Trappists and the traps, and the convents and the covers, and the traps, etc., until you're discovered, down on all fours, in front of your friendly neighborhood Arab, so that you can get out of the stinking hole that you've gotten yourself into. Just think a little. Look at the world. There's not just the state, and government, and elections, and prevarications in this little world of ours. There's not just police and lawyers. There are people who are actually thinking. There are truths to be seen. There's will and unpredictable itineraries. So go where you've never been, Madame Pompeston. Go learn what you, as a free woman, can demand of the state, instead of trying to set yourself up in it like a rat in a piece of cheese. And stop going on about your necessities, be they economic, social, international, or monetary, only to end up stealing 3 sous and voting for terrible laws in the Church of the Parliament. Travel, Madame Pompeston. Swing your skirts around the legible fluff of the earth. Make a politics out of the real, not out of the stillborn. You'll be covered then, covered by the exercise of your living thoughts, as much as if by simple integrity and white linen. I have spoken.
What the hell is this subversive gibberish? I've been made a fool of. Mustache, you've made a fool of me.
If you insist on staying down there grazing on the floorboards, fine, it's your choice. I nobly offer you the real cover, the one that uncovers what your politics only covers up, until you yourself are discovered, by which point you'll have nothing left but your eyes to cry with.
You'll see who cries, you Arab loser, you. You'll see if this debutante lets herself be lectured to about politics by a nut like you. You've had it, Buster. The whole police force will be breathing down your neck. You'll be crawling on all fours to the slammer. Huh.
In politics, once you've been down on all fours, it's almost impossible to get to your feet again.
Help! Murder!
Yeah. Ultimately, there are really only 2 kinds of politics. Politics on all fours, and politics standing up. Between wooden arrows and politicians on all fours, we're in great shape.